automobile retail sales numbers, because those numbers are also out. The automobile retail sales in India rose 11% in 2023 as compared to 2022. Now, this as per data released by Federation of Automobile Dealers Association, FADA. The overall domestic automobile retail sales stood at 2 crore 38,000 units, 30 lakh thousand units, I beg your pardon, in 2023, as compared to 2 crore 14 lakh units in 2022. Passenger vehicle sales also stood at 38 lakh units last year, 11% jump from 34 lakh units in 2024. Similarly, two-wheeler sales were also up by 9% as compared to 1 crore 70 lakh units from 1 crore 55 lakh units in the January to December period of 2022. Three-wheeler sales were up 58%, while commercial vehicle retail sales were up 8%. Overall, a growth of about 11% in the automobile sales at this point in time. You know, come to think of it, when you look at this data, I think what stood out for me was that 58% jump in the three-wheeler sales, Kartik.
I think, yeah, I mean, it's a large number, almost 60% increase in three-wheeler sales, but that's not really the...
Any indicator of what's happening?
I mean, it's great. I believe that because of, the focus towards green energy and the kind of transmission required and the kind of engines required for green mobility, there could have been some end of life auto rickshaws, three-wheelers across the country that may have been phased out, and that sort of skewed it in favor of more and more new three-wheelers coming onto the roads. But I think
we do have Manish. Let's take that question from him. Sure. Manish Raj Singhania, President FADA, joining us on the show. Manish, hi, good afternoon. Thank you for taking time out. What are you making of that three-wheeler jump of 60%? What three-wheeler categories are we talking about here?
So overall, three-wheeler has been doing pretty well throughout the year, and this massive jump has primarily contributed due to majorly transition from ICE vehicles to EV vehicles. Now, almost 55% of the of the three-wheeler retails are constituted by electric vehicles. So there's a major shift over there. What has also buoyed this market, these numbers, is, while in ICE vehicle, there was a permit requirement. There was a limited permit, quota of permit issued in a particular city, and accordingly, three-wheeler purchases were made. But in while you buy an electric vehicle three-wheeler, then you don't require a permit. So, after COVID,
so what percentage of the sales is owing to electric vehicle? What is the share of electric vehicles?
Almost 55% of the total sales. Electric vehicles are almost 55%, and after COVID, a lot of migrant workers coming back to town seeking jobs. Electric vehicles have been an ideal job opportunity for them, and good employment opportunity for everyone. And the numbers have been growing, and we know we don't have a very good mobility or urban mobility in our cities and towns. So three-wheelers can be very handful and very helpful. So we had a market there, we had demand, we had a requirement there, and that is what this LMM, what we call last mile mobility, is fulfilling.
Okay. And particularly talking about the sales in the month of December, because sales dipped by about 30% when you talk about the month of December. Was this in line with the expectation, or is this lower than what December traditionally gives you by the way of retail sales?
You're specifically talking about three-wheeler?
Overall sales, in the month of December.
So December, we were up by almost 21% overall in the month of December. So I think majorly we had this marriage season there, and plus after a long time, after 2-3 years during COVID times, we didn't have this December end offers or the year end offers. But this time, due to the high inventory levels at the dealership, and we could finally see the December offers coming in, and a lot of huge discounts in PV space especially. That's why the growth and good contribution in PV and two-wheeler space happened.
Okay, and a growth of 11% over 2023, is that in line with the expectations? What are your forward projections for 2024?
So I think auto industry is on a good path. We are growing in numbers in everywhere, whether it is two-wheeler, four-wheeler, or commercial vehicle or three-wheeler. All segments are performing well. And with the kind of consumer index, positivity index going up, and the overall positive economic outlook, the kind of models that OEMs have planned for the next financial year or next calendar year, and the growing penetration of electric vehicles. So all this will definitely contribute towards a positive growth trend in overall auto retails of India. I think the only dampener would be the rising interest rates,
Mm-hmm.
which have been consistently going up. And overall, in past 7 8 months, we have seen almost a 2.5% increase. So that can be a bit dampener for overall, the mindset of the consumer. But the excitement is still there. Bookings are still there with the dealers. Though, if you recollect, last year waiting periods were up to 2 years. Now that those have come down to 4 months, and that too only on few models, few variants. So supplies have improved. So everything is looking good for the auto industry. I think we can overall, for the next calendar year, we can comfortably say we can have a high single-digit growth for the overall auto industry.
Okay, and I have to ask you the million dollar question before I let you go, and that is with respect to electric vehicles. Now, electric vehicles clocked about 1.5 million sales figure in the year of 2023. What are your projections for 2024? What is the excitement around electric vehicles in 2024?
So for electric vehicles, though three-wheeler has been leading the charge, I should say, they have been doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But our legacy players really need to come out with a lot of new models and new variants for Indian consumer at large. So we need to see our legacy players like maybe Maruti, like Hyundai or Mahindras and Maruti and Tatas, or maybe in two-wheeler space, Heroes and Hondas. These people need to come up with their own range of electric vehicles because these
Are
are
you
the
not very
brands.
happy with the efforts that they have made in the EV space?
No, still I think it is just the start. We
Mm-hmm.
are just at in two-wheeler we are hardly at 5.5% penetration, and in two-wheeler in passenger car we are just at 2% penetration in terms of electric. So there's a huge potential out there. We are already aspiring for almost 25-30% penetration. So for that to happen, and with the FAME subsidy kind of curtailing down, we need a larger range of model, larger range charging stations in places and a lot of facility of all the infrastructure in and around
Right.
electric vehicles for that dream story to realize actually.